Hey guys, it's your girl Krissy Cela here and welcome back to my YouTube video channel. Every time! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's going to be another video, and in today's video we're going to get ready together and I'm going to answer some of your questions that I asked you on my Instagram. This is my Instagram page, by the way. So I hope you find this video useful, reassuring and just entertaining all at the same time. And without further ado, let's get into it. I haven't done one of these in, I would say, probably over a year. And I feel like my makeup's changed drastically. My skin's improved drastically. If you didn't know, I had severe acne, as you can see here. It was something I was majorly insecure about. Like, I used to literally cry myself to sleep, and you guys saw me clear it and went through the years with me. I was on Roaccutane. I've got an updated skincare routine, so if you'd like to know that, let me know in the comments below. But also my makeup's changed. It's a little bit more chilled, purely on the basis that I just don't have as much time. I'm gonna be so fucking honest with you. So I just need to get it in and out. I just need to do my business, look semi-decent, presentable, and off I go. So I'm gonna start with my Skin Bare, and the first thing I use is the Ulta MD UV Clear Tinted SPF. Please, for the love of God, if there's anything that you use on your face, use SPF. This has a little tint to it, but you know, you can't really see it. It just evens out your skin tone just slightly. Put it down your neck. By the way, I just recently came back from my trip. I went to Sardinia by myself for about 4 to 5 days. My first solo trip ever. It was super scary going on my own, and you know, it's quite anxious, like doing things like going out for dinner on your own, or hopping on a plane on your own. I do it on my own if I'm on a business trip or if I'm going for a photo shoot somewhere, but never on a vacation on my own. I wanted to get away because, number one, I just never have time to just think and to absorb what's going on around me. There's always something going on. There's always a fire I need to set out. So I just wanted to get away, and it was by far the best thing I ever did. And if you are contemplating whether you ever want to go away by yourself, this is your sign. Like, if you are listening to this, pack your bags and go somewhere. Be unapologetic and just do your own thing, because I don't want you to get to a point where, I don't know, it comes to a little bit later in life, you have more responsibilities, you're caring for someone, you're a mom, I don't know, and then you just maybe don't have the right time. So if you're contemplating it, go do it. After that, I went to Mykonos. I met up with Danielle. Oh my God, shit got wild. It got wild. I saw a side of myself. I didn't think I was the kind of girl that danced on bars like this, you know, but turns out I am. And do you know what? I'm not mad at it, because why not? Why not? If I want to dance on bars and if I want to make friends, why not? So that's what happened. Anyways, right, let's get into the first question. Not gonna lie, some of these questions are a little bit too saucy, so we're not gonna answer any of them. Like, one of the questions was what music I listen to when I have sex. Like, babes, I don't listen to music when I have sex. I ain't got time, right? So I've got scheduling my sex life. We'll start off with a really quick and easy one. What headphones I use when I go to the gym. Bose are the best headphones by far when I go to the gym. I have the new Apple headsets. I have AirPods. I've tried Beats. Nothing compares. Bose is the best headphones ever, and they're cheaper than the Apple headsets. So that's what I would recommend. Okay, so this is a question I've actually had a lot. People were asking me if I was okay with Brett because I went away on my own, and people were just a little bit confused as to if Brett was okay with me going away on my own. By the way, I'm starting off with the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter in the shade medium number 4. So what I do is I just put it around my face. This is super light. And then for my actual foundation, what I don't use foundation, I use concealer. Best concealer in the world. If there's one item you should always have in your makeup bag, it is the Hourglass Vanish concealer. This is, if I could have one product in the world, it would be this. This concealer beats any concealer I've ever tried in my life. So creamy, so light, and it doesn't look cake. You'll see in a minute. So what I do is I just put it just in little random areas like this. I don't put a lot of concealer on. Plus my skin's quite tanned. And then I'm using my IT Cosmetics Foundation Duo brush, and I'm just gonna buff that in as I talk to you. So everyone seemed to have like been so confused that I went away without Brett and how Brett found it and if it added tension to our relationship. I cannot stress enough that your relationship, if you are in a relationship, you are still an independent human being. I don't believe in codependency. I've had that before and it was not right, and I didn't have the dependency I wanted, and I relied too much on the person to make every decision I wanted to do. I just think a relationship is about two people having their own life, having their own passions, their own hobbies, their own identity, coming together and having a great experience, trying to live life and learning from each other. Like, if you're not learning from your partner, if your partner's not evolving you, elevating you as a human being, then honestly, you just shouldn't be with that person regardless of how much you love them, because eventually you're just gonna get freaking bored. You need to be with someone who's gonna elevate you, push you, challenge you to do things on your own, encourage you to have your own independence. And when you come together, you're just having fun and you're connecting and you're learning, and it's just the most beautiful experience. No, Brett is not the kind of person that would ever be like, I don't want you to go away. If he was, I would run a mile. I don't do well with being told what to do, especially not by a man in a relationship. So he was so supportive, and I think it's the energy you give off. Like, if you allow your partner to control your life, then they're always going to think they're going to control your life. If you tell your partner you want to do something, they have to respect it, and if they don't respect it, then that's a red flag. Sorry, but that's a red flag to me. You should have your own independent life, regardless if you're in a relationship or not. And you know what the quote of the day is? Your independence should not rely on a dependent person's mind. Put it as that. Facts. Next question from Laurie is, how do you run two different companies without getting overwhelmed by everything? You already know I'm overwhelmed. Like, let's be honest here. Especially people who have followed me for a long time. I've just always been super transparent, and I think I've definitely changed as a human being to just kind of say more about what's going on in my mind and how I feel, and not worry so much about what people think every time I open my mouth, because it was becoming too much. And I've always been honest, and I've always told you when I felt burnout, when I felt overwhelmed, when there's been a transition period in my life. I'm not the same person I was 4 years ago, 5 years ago, when I was being paid to just produce content online. When I was being paid by other brands on a sponsorship level. I never really did paid collaboration. I was always like, you guys already know this, I was always super selective with who I worked with, just purely on the basis that I don't care how much money you offered me. And I have had brands come to me with millions of pounds deals asking me to promote something that I didn't feel was genuine to me, and I didn't care about the cash, because if your sole objective is just money, you're really going to lose yourself in any journey that you're on. You know, I am overwhelmed because now I have such a huge responsibility to be a founder and to be a leader, and responsibility for people. I just want to let you know, like, when you're running a company, people are going to be your biggest problems. It's not going to be anything else. And I mean that in the nicest way, because you are handling so many different personalities, so many different cultures, so many different perspectives. And it's your job as a leader to understand everyone, to have empathy for everyone, and to know that you're not always right, and the person you've hired for a specific job is 10 times more brighter than you are. Right, moving on to bronzer, I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty Sunstalk in Private Island number 3. I'm just going to use a brush. This is from, I don't know where this shit is from. To be honest, I lost all my makeup in Mykonos when I went wild. I don't know where I left it. Hundreds of pounds worth of makeup, I lost it. Got emotional, nearly cried myself to sleep, but here we are. Now I'm just using what I've got left over at home. So yeah, it does get really overwhelming, and anyone who says it doesn't, oh my gosh, they're completely just gassing you up, because you get to the point where you come home after a long day of things going wrong, and you're just like, what is life? Like, when will things get better? And there's so much that has happened behind the scenes that I haven't spoken about, because one, it's just really private and legally I can't, and two, it's just, I don't want to bog you down with everything that goes wrong in life. Like, it's a positive channel. With anything that you do in life, please just learn to just have a bit of patience and grace for yourself. The whole world puts this immense pressure on you to get everything right all the time. Make mistakes, go mess up, go figure it out. Just have your own time and understand that you getting overwhelmed, you're just gonna put so much more pressure on yourself. Right, moving on to blush. I go in with the Orgasm Blush by NARS. This is the liquid blush. I love a liquid blush. I do both, but I just think this liquid blush is so stunning, so easy to put on. It glides on your skin. It doesn't lift your makeup. Moving on to a bit of blush, I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Off to Costa Rica palette. It's like this really beautiful palette, and it has this really cute shade of pink and peach, like a pink peach undertone. So I'm just gonna go in with that. I really like to over blush. I don't know what the hell is wrong with me. I just like to look like I've just come out of the sun every day of my life, because I live in the UK and literally we all look ill here because there's no sun. Here's a really nice question from Sophie Fitness. What is the most rewarding thing you've got from running a business? What's the most rewarding things? I want to answer this properly. Just using a bit of concealer here on the sides, just because I like to just contour a bit and just snatch things in. I actually am using the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. Use whatever you want. I think by far the most rewarding thing ever with running a company is seeing other people love your brand as much as you do. That feeling like never seems to get old. I check every tagged picture. I reply to every tagged story. I look at my DMs. I see what you guys are doing. I see when you're wearing ONER. I see when you're finishing an Evolve You workout. I don't think you understand what that does. It keeps you going, because there are times in running a company when you want to quit and you want to just stop. And I'm so sick and tired. Like, I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm so sick and tired of people having this perception that when an influencer turns business owner, their sole job is to just produce content. Now, it might be the case for some people if you're running your company through an agency or a third party, but when you're running your company from the ground up and you've built it from the ground up, your responsibility is not just to produce content. So the pressure you have to run a company is so extreme and so detrimental that anything could tip you off edge. It's facts. So when you're seeing other people love your brand as much as you do and support your brand as much as you do, it's a reminder to never stop. It's a reminder that you are doing something really great here. So yeah, I think that's by far the most rewarding thing I could ever have asked for, and I'm so blessed to have the most beautiful community. Like I never expected to have a community like this. So yeah, it's you guys, definitely you guys. Right, going in with the Airbrush Flawless Finisher by Charlotte Tilbury. What I do is I just get like a little puffer and I just puff it in because I get a bit oily. So this just helps like mitigate the shine. Just like so. For highlighter, I'm going to use this from Nude Sticks. Nude Sticks is a really clever brand. I'm really like interested in their model and how they run companies lately, because I think what they're doing is really interesting. So if you're into business, you should really read on what they're doing and the model they're doing to get sponsorships. Super well done, Nude Sticks. And I love this glow stick. Look how beautiful it is. So what I do is I just get a brush, or you can use your finger to be honest, and I just put it on my nose. I put it on my eyes and I create like a little C circle here. I'll probably go in with a little bit more blush just because I'm just like a kid in a candy store with blush, to be honest with you. Or a gym rat with pre-workout.
How long do you have left?
About 20 minutes.
Because the meeting is at 10, it's not 10:30.
You're lying, my meeting's at 10. I'm gonna have to stop it then.
Yeah.
And you. Do you see? Do you see? I have to stop the video and come back in an hour because I have an executive meeting. Anyways, see you in 2 seconds.
I'm gonna finish the makeup while she's away.
Get out.
Let's go.
Get the fuck out of my life. You've got too much dirt on me. Okay, sorry, had an executive meeting. Oh, gosh. So every single week or every 2 weeks I have an exec meeting with the other founders. So we just catch up because each founder has a different department. So I handle product marketing, customer support, and the campaigns, the events that you're going to be seeing for Interactive. And then you have a logistics department, you have an IT department, you have a data department, shipment. So like it's a lot of information. But getting back into it, the skin is kind of done. What I tend to do as well is I grab my like eyebrow pencil. I love this pencil so much. No matter what eyebrow pencil I use, I always seem to go back to the one from Benefit. And this is called the Precisely My Brow Pencil. And what I do is around my nose, I just put like a little bit of faux frac. Just a little bit of fakeness there. You know, never hurt nobody, you know. So I just whack it there. The thing is, I've actually got freckles because of the sun. Guys, I was having the time of my life when I met up with Danielle. And you know what? I've never kind of done like a girl's holiday and trip. I'm a homebody. I don't really like going out. I don't really drink. It's just not my thing. It's never been my thing. But I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. And wow, I'm going to do it more often. Because the way I was shaking my ass, it was the time of my life. Buttons! Was that you, Sasha? Oh. Okay, moving on to the next question. Why have you left the contraception pill? I'm thinking of stopping them too. This is a hot topic. So I used to be on the contraception pill and then I was on the implant, which you put it here in your arm. And then I went back on the pill again. I personally have never felt more imbalance, depression, anxiety than when I was on the pill. For some people, it's like completely fine, but for other people, it's not. By the way, I'm just gonna do my eyebrows. I don't do much. I'm gonna just fluff them up and then I'm gonna fill them in. So I was just not myself at all. I was just always crying. I always felt depressed. I always felt anxious. There was always just something wrong and I just felt like it was an out-of-body experience. Like I knew I wasn't this person. I know I'm actually a really positive person, so why am I feeling this way? And then I realized it's all the hormones I'm pumping into my body. And as women, especially with what's going on right now in the States as well, we have all this pressure when it comes to protection. And I was just like, no, I'm sorry, but sorry, mum and dad, if you're listening to this, but you can strap it up. You can strap it up or your pull-out game better be strong, because I am not going to put my body through that purely for prevention when there's other ways that a man can prevent it too. Just because I'm a woman, it shouldn't just be me handling it all and putting all that pressure on myself. So if you're a woman listening to this right now and you feel like your partner or you feel like you're putting so much pressure on yourself for protection and that's the only reason you're taking contraception pills, please, there is another way to do it. If he doesn't want to strap up, you let that man go, because you're not going to put that pressure on your body. It's the best thing I did coming off it. I feel so much better. I just feel lighter. It took a while for my periods to regulate themselves. I did a whole YouTube video on period cycles and how to train on it. It's this one here. I highly recommend you watch it. It's such an educational piece. And I dissect it in a way that's not so overwhelming, so you have simple information. But yeah, it just would never go on the hormonal pill again. And I know you can get non-hormonal ones, but anything that you put in your body, I just get a bit funky with it, you know? Get out of my life. Sasha, are you going to be one of my bridesmaids on my wedding?
Yes.
Are you going to wear a pretty lavender dress for me?
Yes.
I think lavender would be your colour.
It is.
Everything's your colour. Sasha has a boyfriend. Finally. I forget he edits this video. Remember that time when everyone thought me and Sasha were a couple? Babes, get with it. Come on. Read the room. We're going to use the Makeup by Mario palette. This is called the Master Matte. Guys, this is the best palette in the world. Number one, I love Mario because he's Albanian and so am I. And I just think that's amazing. And number two, I just love how passionate he is about his brand and makeup. And like when you're so passionate about the industry that you're in and you're so willing to do everything to perfect the product. I admire that so much. So by any chance, if Mario ever watches this, I love your products, you're amazing. So I'm just gonna blend 2 like browns together. It's nothing crazy. I just like a little bit of a warmth to the lid. I have super hooded lid. I envy any girl that has like a really stretched, beautiful lid. I have really like pointy eyes, so my lids always droop. That's why when I get lashes or even wear lashes, it looks heavy. Does anyone else have that? I don't understand. So I have to just like add a little bit of brown just to warm that area up, but we're not going crazy. This is an everyday look. Well, that's a good question. How much money do you make per month as a business owner? Love you, I love you too. I had such a misconception when I first started both brands. I thought that the brand's money was my money. So if your brand, let's say, makes $1 million, I was like, oh wow, I've made $1 million. Not the case, sweetheart, not the case. The brand is an entity on its own. The brand needs to be seen as a person on its own. That's why when I call it a baby, it's because I see it as a human being, because you have to have different insurances, different policies, different ways around working with the brand. I actually didn't start making a salary at Evolve You for probably the first 1.5 years of launching the brand. I would take a dividends, and I would take a very low dividends because I wanted to keep the company cash positive, meaning that I didn't need any investment to keep the company afloat and keep going. So still to this day, Evolve You is really cash positive and it's a profitable brand, meaning all the money that we make, we keep into the company and we funnel it back into the company. So imagine like just a circle, money in, money out, money in, money out into the company. So when I say money out, I mean salaries, paying for new development, paying for new trainers to join so you have more of an experience on the app and it's not just me and my training style, paying for events. So the event we did, for example, yes, the tickets were priced, but we didn't make a profit because the event, let's say, was over 100 grand. The tickets wouldn't have amounted to you being cash positive. But because we have the cash, we can do that and we don't need to go and get a bank loan. So that was really important. And one thing that you can't do as a founder is be greedy. And you can't just think, oh my God, like this year we made 500K profit. That means technically you could pull out that, right? Because you're positive. But then you can't reinvest it in the company. And if you can't reinvest your own cash, you're going to end up needing investment from other people you don't really know. You're going to end up selling your shares, which I don't really want to do, and be in business with someone you don't really know again, going to the bank and paying big interest fees. So we're trying to keep everything cash positive. With ONER Active as well, I'm just going to curl my lashes and then I'm going to use the mascara from Maybelline New York, the Lash Sensational. I love this mascara. It's such a good mascara, affordable, it's amazing. So we're just going to curl these. I need to be quiet before I pull my lashes out. I've done that before, you know. So with ONER Active, same thing. I have not made a salary at ONER Active, full stop. So I don't make any money from ONER Active. I don't get paid a salary. I haven't been paid a salary since launching the brand. That will change by the end of this year, but I haven't been paid a salary. What I do get paid is, for example, like my apartment, both of the brands pay for it. So both of the brands contribute towards it. My gym membership, both of the brands contribute towards it because I create all my content at home. So then you can kind of offset it because it is technically my office. But in terms of like me and myself as an individual being paid by ONER Active, I don't get paid for what I do. So I don't get paid for running the company like as a CEO. I don't get paid for my creative ideas. I don't get paid for anything. And I've done that on purpose because I wanted the brand to make as much cash as possible. So the money that I do make is actually from YouTube and from my Women's Best sponsorship. So that's the money I do make. And it's really interesting to kind of say that out loud because, you know, ONER Active and Evolve You have been both very profitable brands and they've done really, really well. But I'm just so stingy when it comes to taking cash out of the company. I just want to keep it in there so we can reinvent the wheel, better everything, get a nicer office. Like my biggest dream is to build such an incredible office where people come, they go to the gym, they go to the canteen, there's a nursery there so people don't have to pay for childcare because I can't imagine how much money goes towards childcare, where people can, you know, have an area where they can meditate and calm themselves from their busy lives. I want to create a campus where people just love coming to work, and I don't want to just go to a random investor, ask them for like 10 million just to do that, give them shares, and then they try and tell me what to do and really just change the whole vision of the brand. So I'm just a little bit stingy. And the other founders don't really like me for it, if I'm being honest. Because when I say no, they're like, yeah, but we work so hard. And I'm like, don't care. You can be paid a small salary and we can benefit from it in the long run. But yeah, and I had this huge misconception. But I just want to keep all the money into the brands and make these brands so freaking amazing for you, where we're just constantly doing better, building more things, doing more things. I'll just find money elsewhere, to be honest with you. These grow my lashes tenfold. We're gonna try something I haven't tried before. My beautiful friend Jess sent me her new WHEY. Come on, motherfucker. Can't show you. Here's what it is. My friend Jess has a company called WHEY, R-E-F-Y, and they do really innovating things, which I absolutely love. She's always wanted to like reinvent the wheel of beauty and showcasing different people and also showcasing products that are really not in the market. So she sent me all her lip stuff. I haven't actually tried this before, so we're going to try it together. So this is the colour. What colour is this? Dusk. So I'm just going to line my lips. I like this. Yes, I have had my lips done. I get asked that a lot. I have had them done. It's the best decision of my life. I love them. Happy with them. Basically what you do is then you go on the other side and it's like a sealer, so it's like this foamy sealer that you put on top. It's really weird, but it seals the pencil so it doesn't smudge. Damn, that is not budging. I'm proud of her. I'm so proud of her. I'm so proud of you, Jess. And then I'm gonna add some Urban Decay Liar lipstick. And then the final thing we're gonna do is on my lips is add a little bit of Fenty gloss. I freaking love this gloss. Just a little bit of shine. So yeah, this is my makeup routine done. It's nothing crazy. Sorry, wasn't that amazing, was it? Let's be honest. All that contouring stuff, I can't keep up these days. So that's what I do, and then I've just obviously curled my hair. I've got my ONER Active Lounge bra on in Sunset. So stunning. And that was it with my get ready with me video. I was so happy that we caught up because I feel like I haven't done one of these in a while and I talk a lot, so I'm really sorry. I love you always and forever. I'm so thankful for you and I will see you next time. Bye.